Welcome back to the It's Really Not That Deep podcast.
It's never that deep.
Hey guys. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about friendships. And guys, gotta be honest, me and Haley have recorded this a couple times now. It's not an easy one to talk about.
I didn't know if you were going to expose that, but I was about to expose it, so I'm glad you did first. Yeah, it is literally our third time filming this.
Yeah. And each time we're like, nah.
It just could be better. And I like the content of our first one, but we were just new. We were newbies, so it wasn't great.
Yeah. But there's so much to be talked about.
We could probably make 18 episodes on friendship.
Friendships in your 20s and like teens, but yeah, it's a lot.
It is a lot. Fourth time's a charm.
Third.
Is it the third?
I hope. It is the third.
So just to set the scene a little bit. Friendships in your 20s, they're out here to haunt you sometimes. Sometimes you're like, where did all my friends go? And then other times you're like, wow, I love my friends so dearly. It's really complicated. It's hard. Friendships, making friends in your 20s is hard, and keeping them is even harder. But we have gone through the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the ugly, and we're here to tell you all about it. Give you some little bit of advice and test our friendship.
Yeah. So
the first part of this episode, we have a little segment. It's called Dear Bestie. So we got some of our friends, some people we know around us to give us a little bit of a few different things that they want advice about, and we're going to answer with a little Dear Bestie column. So do you want to read us the first one?
Yeah. So the first one is, Dear Bestie, my friend has totally changed. She's into new things. She talks differently. She's way more concerned with image and clout now. Clout? We used to laugh about stupid stuff, and now every conversation feels like she's trying to be someone else. I know people grow, but what if we grew in opposite directions? I feel like I lost her and she's still right in front of me. That's really sad.
That is really sad. Have you ever been there?
I feel like I've been there in relationships, not so much friendships.
Really?
Yeah.
In relationships?
Is that true?
I don't think that's true,
I don't think that's true either. I felt that. Okay, in my grade 8 relationship. Ned's coming back to me now, guys.
Okay.
I could feel him pulling away. No, obviously it's not serious at all, but that was the first time I felt that.
Okay. I'm not going to devalidate.
That's valid.
Yeah, I'm not going to devalidate your feelings.
I was a fully formed grade 8, fully functional baby. Like,
sure you were.
my emotions were pretty strong.
I'm sure they were.
They were.
Yeah.
But, like, so I understand when someone's pulling away and, like, changing. Like, good for them, but on the other hand, it's like, well, what about me?
Yeah. I don't know, and this is gonna sound like I'm, like, so cool, but, like, I was really reflecting on some of my old friendships the other day while I was on a walk, and I was thinking about how sometimes I was the asshole. Or, like, maybe not me specifically, but, like elementary school. Angel. Like, yeah, I was young. Let's not go that far.
We hear you.
Yeah.
You know, we've all been there.
Yeah. And I was just like, they feel left behind. And it's upsetting because as you get older, your hobbies change and the things you like change. And with that, the people surrounding you will change as well. And that's a really hard thing to accept, especially if it's you're the one that it's happening to.
Yeah.
And I think this is bad advice to hear right away because it obviously is easier said than done. But you need to kind of look within yourself and see what it is you like and then help find things and people that share your interests.
Yeah. So when I went through my last breakup, I was...
Now you're going to go back to your grade 8 breakup.
I felt like, oh my god, I actually have no friends. Like, how do I find friends? You can't find friends in your 20s. One thing that really helped me through that is reconnecting with other people. And, like, if you're going through this stage of isolation where you feel like you don't have friends, which, by the way, everyone does. That happens to everyone. Reach out to people. What is the harm? Even if it's just a, hey, how are you? And it doesn't go anywhere, that's nice.
Yeah, and I think that's something I've, like, started to relearn as well, that there's so many people that I just didn't like I never even was that close with, that I've just randomly reached out to and like gone a drink with, gone dinner with. And I'm like, this is so nice just to connect with people.
It's like dating for friends.
Yeah, it literally
it's like
is.
you scope them out. Do you vibe? If not, okay, peace.
Yeah.
Peace and love. Like,
would you ever go on Bumble BFF?
Ever, yeah. I would. If I was in a new city and
that's
like,
what I was gonna say.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah. I know one thing that my friend did when she moved to a new city, and maybe you could do this too. Look at events in your area. Search up your age in different events and things you like, and go to them. Take a step. It's scary, but I bet someone else there is scared as well.
Yeah. And like the worst thing that happens, you leave.
Yeah.
I love leaving. Love leaving.
I tried to Irish goodbye a venue the other day, and I failed miserably.
No,
I got in the crossfire of the goodbyes. I was like, oh my god, that's enough hugs for Haley.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
I'm really good at an Irish goodbye. However, I'm usually around someone who's not. So I'm like, I could dart, but then I'm
that's
leaving my friend.
That's the worst.
Yeah, it is.
Classic.
It's always good to leave.
It's always good to leave. You never regret leaving. Like, you really never regret leaving.
Personally, no.
I can't remember a time I've ever regretted leaving.
The next one is, Dear Bestie, my friend is mad at me because I hung out with someone she's beefing with. But here's the thing, they used to be best friends and I never had a problem with this person. I didn't talk about her, I didn't take sides, I just didn't cancel a coffee. Now she's calling me fake and distant. Am I disloyal for staying neutral? Switzerland.
What are your thoughts on this?
Okay, I think it depends how close you are with friend one. I think it's good to stay neutral. And like, what's this beef? Like, did she hook up with your ex-boyfriend or did she not like your Instagram?
Yeah, because there's very like different sides of the spectrum. And I am all for I don't think you should ever not like lose a friendship, because friendship in your 20s is valuable.
Scarce.
Yeah, that's the word. Scarce, that's a good one. So you can't just give someone up. Like, they're definitely, at least you should have a conversation with friend number one and at least tell them this is what you're going to do. Set that boundary with them so that they're prepared for this and it's not like sprung at them. Because I can imagine that this actually happened to my other friend. She was upset because she saw all her friends together and they didn't tell her anything. And then eventually, like, they heard the explanation. It was all okay in the end. Yeah. But she was like, why would everyone just, like, not say anything? So I think that sometimes communication works.
Communication is important. I feel like, honestly, of friend one, like the one's mad, that's a bad trait. So I'm going to tell a story. I don't know if I'll put it in, but I went through this friendship dynamic where the other person did some really not nice things to me, and like in the very core friend group. And I'm not one to stir the pot. I'm not one to say, don't talk to her, be mad at her. Like, it's just not. But I like feel like I really got hit with that. And having gone through that, I think it's a really bad quality for someone to say, you can't talk to that person who wronged me unless it's really fucked up.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think, okay, it could be like really fucked up and then like I take everything I'm saying back.
Okay. Good preface.
Yeah. But if it's not, I just think like I do think one thing, I think it would be a problem if there's 3 friends and friend number 1 introduced friend number 3 to friend number 2, then it's a little awkward. I would definitely be a little upset about it. And I think that if I was friend number 1 and I was upset, then I'm someone that would talk to that other friend and like be like, what the hell? Mm-hmm. But if you're not willing to do that, then how would friend number whatever know that you're upset?
Yeah. The one you're able to communicate with is the one you'll likely have a better friendship with.
Yeah.
So, I think unless it's something really serious, you keep your friends.
Yeah.
And just adjust the relationships.
And I've also been in a situation, too, where I've stopped being friends with someone and everyone around me was still friends with them. And it's really hard. Yeah. Like, it is. And I was upset for a hot minute. And, like, it's a tough pill to swallow, but you kind of have to be the bigger person. Yeah.
You have to, like, yeah, you gotta move on. I fear. Okay. Our last one is, Dear Bestie, why does no one talk about how friendships in your 20s don't end with a fight? They just fade. One of my closest friends from university and I used to talk every day. Now it's like we're just Instagram mutuals who react to each other's stories. I've tried to make plans, but she's always so busy, and I get it, life's hectic, but I can't help but feel like I'm the only one holding on. I don't know if I should confront her, send one last text, or just let it die quietly. Is it normal for friendships to fade like this, or am I just bad at letting go?
Controversial opinion, you have to just let it fade quietly.
I disagree. I agree, actually, in some ways, but I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, fair, I think, but only because she's, like, tried to reach out over and over, and I think what I've realized is eventually you prioritize the people that you want in your life, and clearly she's not being prioritized.
Yeah.
And I think at times then it's better to then try to make those connections with other people.
Yeah. I say you reevaluate the friendship. Like, how important is this person to you, really? How important is it that they be in your life? Because some things are worth fighting for. Some friends are worth fighting for. Some, maybe they're going through some stuff and they just haven't, like, I always think it's worth reaching out and trying. But, yes, not trying too hard.
Yeah.
For someone that doesn't want you in their life. Like, obviously not.
People grow and are different, and that's kind of part of life.
For sure. For sure. But if it was a close friend...
Yeah.
And it was just, like, weird vibes, like, that's... Yeah, you can grow apart and, like, see each other. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like a weird vibe.
I fear I'm having trouble being empathetic towards this because I can't put myself in their shoes.
Which ones?
What do you mean?
Like, the one losing the friend?
Yeah.
You don't feel bad?
Not that I don't feel bad. Not at all. I just literally can't put myself in their shoes.
You know what? Lack of empathy. No, that sounded bad.
It's okay, I do.
It's peaceful that way. Sometimes. We don't need to feel bad for that person. They probably did something wrong.
No, I feel bad. Like, it's a shame. It's a shame.
But,
just have nothing to add.
Yourself. What did you do?
Maybe you're just annoying.
Yeah, reevaluate. Ask for feedback.
Honestly,
send a feedback form. Guys, Haley sent ex-hookups a fucking feedback form.
I just get crazier and crazier with every episode. I did do this, and actually people thought it was quite funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was
in Italy, and I was like, oh, this is the first night at dinner. She's like, look!
Clearly, when I don't tell her, I was embarrassed about it when I first did it. I was with two of my friends, and I was just, like, sitting there giggling to myself, making this thing, and I start sending it, and I obviously had to send it to, like, the guy that I had just ended it with at the time. He didn't answer it.
Loser.
But a lot of other people did, and they were quite silly.
No, they were good with the responses, which makes you like them more.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, silly goose.
That actually brings me into... So, throughout the week, I've really been trying to keep track of different random thoughts, intrusive thoughts I've had, and this was one of them, okay? Okay, so if you're on a dating app, I have 2 comments. If you're just swiping, would you prefer someone with, like, silly, goofy, quirky, a little weird prompts, or someone that's, like, they're basic, a little boring, but, like, fun, good enough?
Obviously the first one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, can you take, like, a little weird?
Of course. I went to
because I feel like...
Can I take weird?
Yeah, because I feel like some people can't.
Yeah, some people can't.
Yeah. For sure. That was one question. And then my second question. So I'm not, like, actively on the apps, but every once in a while, I'll, like, pop in just to say hey. Yeah, sometimes like, you're just bored. And on Bumble, I totally forgot. So you, like, put in an opening move or something.
Okay.
And they had a bunch. So my opening move, back to me being weird, is, like, what's your favorite aisle of the grocery store?
Okay, love it.
So my 2 questions, I'm glad. My 2 questions is, 1, what's your favorite aisle of the grocery store?
Oh, are you asking me?
Yeah.
Candy and chocolate.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, I've gotten, like, cereal before.
Yeah, because some people would be like cereal and chips. I'm a sweet gal. I'm a chocolate gal.
Yeah, and then what would you want someone else to say? Would you want like a cereal or like a long explanation about their favorite grocery aisle?
I don't know how long you're talking.
Okay, I'm not talking like a full paragraph.
4 sentences would be nice. 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, obviously 3 or 4.
Yeah.
The fuck? If I'm trying to get to know a person, one word responses, I wouldn't respond.
I know, because then clearly you're not on my level of like weird.
Just not the vibe.
Yeah, you're not my vibe.
Yeah.
I'm Path Alicia.
Okay. What is our next segment? I like that one.
I'm so glad you think so. Remember when you hated it?
Yeah. That was frightening.
Now we're gonna play a little game about friendship icks. Maybe some of our icks will come out here, and we're gonna decide if it's an ick or if it's valid. Hopefully we're a little differing. Maybe we'll disagree a little.
I hope. I feel like we will, because we're different. Yeah, let's
We're
see.
different people. Number 1 says let's catch up every time you post, never follows through.
Is this ick? Yeah, that's kind of an ick.
It's kind of an ick, and I have specific people in my mind that do that every time. And it's not just that, like, I have no intention of seeing them either. But, like, then it's like, yeah, hope you're doing well, and then you never catch up.
Just respond something else.
Send me a heart.
Yeah. No, I don't like.
Number 2, treats you like an accessory when you're around their cooler friends. That's an ick.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
an ick. I would have left so long
I
ago.
know. It's like, I hate being uncomfortable in situations,
No.
and you're like, why did you bring me here?
No. That's so, like, ingenuine. I don't know if
You know
that's
what's
a word.
even more of an ick? When the friend that they're with doesn't even, like, try to include you.
Yeah, it doesn't even, like, acknowledge you.
Yeah.
I think that's really mean behavior.
Like, I could jump into a conversation if the other person's welcoming.
Yeah.
But if you're not welcoming, I'm sitting
I
there,
should
like,
have, like,
yeah. I'm like,
Mommy.
get me out of here, literally. Like, Joelle, I'm having the worst time.
No, literally, that's what would happen.
Yeah.
Go and text Haley.
Yeah. Ick. Let's just, like, get out of here. No one likes you.
You heard it here first.
Oh, this is a big ick for me. Number 3, turns everything into a competition, even your therapy breakthroughs. Who do you think you are? That's not an ick. That's a major red flag, and you should boot that person.
That's a major ick. I fear one of my intrusive thoughts is that because I try to sympathize with people, I always feel like people think that I'm doing that. But I don't actually think that they
No, they don't think that,
Okay,
because
yeah.
I've had a friend that does do that, and you don't do that.
You're not the one. Okay, that's a good, that's the word?
I know what your word.
Dignity. I guess.
That could work too.
Yeah. No, but major ick.
And it's like, why are you in my competition? Like, support me. Tell me I'm doing well.
Yeah, I'm competitive when it comes to, like, board games, but otherwise, I don't care. I don't care.
I throw a board game. Call it a nick. I don't know. I'm that person.
No, you're that person. You could even be winning, but if people are annoying...
Yeah, I'm done. Oh my god. Have you ever tried to play a board game with, like, dumb people?
I fear.
I experienced this one time, and I knew going into it that it was going to be a disaster. And it was like, if you know how to play Monopoly Go, it's like a simple game. It's literally cards. You flip the cards. And they just couldn't figure it out. I was literally ready to rip my hair out and run out the door.
Just sit and watch at that point.
I almost, like, pushed her off the couch.
That's insane. That's
And
infuriating.
they wanted to play Catan. I was like, nah.
You can only play Catan with very smart people. There was this one time, our friends brought their other friend over to our apartment, and we were playing Catan. This guy was, like, in engineering or something. Very smart. And he got the game right away. Usually it takes people, like, a whole round.
Yeah.
He was like, I understand it all. He was sitting in, playing the game, probably won. I don't remember. And I was like, I like this guy. Next.
Leaves you on red, but posts a meme 2 minutes later.
Nah, you're fine.
Yeah, you're
I don't
fine.
care.
I don't care either. I do that all the time, and then you're like, oh, I didn't answer them.
Yeah. Well, turn your red notifications off. Like,
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, but do you ever, like, for example, won't answer a text, and then I'll open their Snapchat,
Yeah, of course.
and I'm like, oops.
Our brain can only work so hard.
Next.
Fine. It's not that deep.
Text, I'm the worst friend ever, instead of just being a better friend. It's kind of an ick.
I'm the worst. Oh. Yeah, what? I don't want the worst friend ever anywhere near me. Raise your standards for yourself.
Yeah. I fear sometimes I am this. Like,
you're gonna kill me.
Yeah, like sometimes I fear that I have no intention of changing my actions. And I do tell people, like, it's just part of me, you have to live with it. I think friends have icks. And you have to choose whether or not you like them enough to take their bad habits.
So I agree to some level. I also think in certain situations you adapt a little bit.
Yeah, of course, like there's some things I'm willing to change.
Yeah.
Such as...
even just situationally. Like you don't have to, you never change your whole personality or like any...
No.
Yeah. But I feel like a friendship is just like any other relationship in that it's give and take.
For example. Today, Joel was a little upset with me because I happened to be late, and I was really late last time we filmed, so it was like a double whammy. And unfortunately, there was really nothing I could do about it, but she was upset about it, so the next time, truthfully, I will try. And I will make more of an effort because I know it upsets you, and we talked about it. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, not in that situation, but a situation similar to that, I don't care to change.
I understand. But, yeah, as long as you'll try again. Like, try. Because that's something that is important to me.
So here's the next thing. If I like you enough, I'll try to change. But if I don't like you enough, I won't.
Well, that's why for me in our podcast, I would hope that you would try to change.
Well, you know what? This used to be a worse habit of mine. I've done really well up until the last 2 weeks.
You have. And if, like, every once in a while, I don't care. Shit happens. It's just consistency.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of consistency.
And you know what? We came down to it, and I just need to set the bar lower so you expect later.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's not about this.
Now that we've aired that out.
Okay, it brings their boyfriend everywhere. No, honey. No one wants your boyfriend
and it's always the boyfriend that, like, doesn't speak.
Yes.
Like, if the boyfriend's a vibe, sure.
Yeah. I don't mind. Like, I can become a third wheel. I'm a good third wheel. Been there in Joelle's relationships many times. All 3 relationships, actually. And I'll vibe if they're a vibe.
Yeah.
But if they're a loser, why would I vibe with you?
I was more thinking of, like, a group function. You know, like that...
Oh, either way, it's worse.
That's way worse. Yeah. Of course, if he's just, like, around. It's like, oh.
Yeah, did you see that TikTok thing where it was this girl made, like, a group chat? And it was, like, literally skits of her, like, pretending that it's, like, her friend's group chat and one girl wanted to bring their boyfriend to the function. And then it's, like, behind the scenes, everyone's, like, texting side. You need to watch it. It's really funny.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I would love that.
Yeah.
No, but that's annoying. Leave him at home.
And no one wants him there.
Yeah.
Just no one wants him there. Anywho, okay. The next one is never pays you back unless you ask twice and then makes it awkward.
I find that really annoying. Really annoying.
Yeah, I think I have a different opinion about this. Only because, number 1, I forget things, so I need a reminder. Number 2, I don't know. So I think it became an ick for me, like money in terms of friendships. If I owe you over $15, maybe $20, I'll transfer you. But one time, I remember I was ordering pizza.
Yeah.
And it was back when we were in Guelph. And we had always just, like, took turns buying it. It was, like, $5, literally. Really, and then, when someone asked for us to transfer $2.
No, like, that's crazy. I love to be generous with my friends, and, like, it's a give and take. Like, if I buy it this time, you'll buy it next time, I don't care. But when it is a gift, like, you buy a gift for another friend, and they, like, don't pay you.
Yeah, that's annoying.
It's really annoying.
Yeah.
And it's not just, like, a reminder. It's, like, now they're acting annoying about it.
Yeah. Okay, this is the last one, actually. Only supportive when you're struggling, disappears when you're thriving.
Some friends have different vibes.
I also fear this is me.
Okay, fair. But, like, I feel like that you're there when shit hits the fan.
Yeah, and like if anyone ever needed me for real, like I'll be there in a heartbeat, but sometimes I am a little unavailable.
Yeah, I feel like that's fine. We all have lives.
Yeah, and then it goes back to you have to pick and choose what you care to deal with.
Yeah.
I actually do think, though, it becomes a problem when you are only ever needed when something bad is happening.
Yeah, if there's no other value to the friendship, then it's like, what's the point? You're just a therapist.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
and
agree.
that's no fun.
Good point. So something that I think a lot of us go through, either with relationships but also friendships, is like when you start to fade out of someone's life, but like a best friend, or they start to hang out with someone else and you like feel that jealousy, like that you would feel in a relationship, and then that like fear and lack, and it really destroys the friendship.
I completely agree. And I think it kind of comes with like feeling
Entitled?
no secure in yourself to be able to not get jealous.
Yeah.
Because as I've grown up and like gone through therapy and everything, not that I was really like that actually. I feel like I just had like a crazy friendship, and it really instilled a lot of crazy things in my brain. So like unlearning all that took a minute. But now, like, I hate a jealous person.
Yeah, it really annoys me, especially when it comes to that. There's enough room for everyone. Like, seriously, no.
And then it becomes a codependent friendship if there is so much jealousy, and then you make them feel bad because of it. Like, I remember I used to feel guilty for, like, going to hang out with, like, my friends on a weekend.
No, that's insane. With a friend, with, like, when she wasn't there.
Like, that's crazy.
That's a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, no, that's awful.
Yeah. And, like, I think, like, it's also nice when you don't get jealous. For example, with me and Joelle, we grew up in very different neighborhoods. We have a totally different set of friends except for our camp friends.
Yeah.
And we're obviously always with our other friends as well. And, like, just as we've been talking about making new connections and everything. And I think it's really important that both of us really nourish those friendships. But with that, like, support and knowing, like, your authentic self, whether it's with me or someone else, it allows us to also get to know each other's friends. Yeah. And then the network grows.
And it's so nice. And, like, you don't have to be best friends with everyone.
No.
It's nice to just have connections, and you see someone out and you're like, oh my god, hey. Yeah. That's my favorite thing ever.
It's great. And then you just have, like, a little side quest.
Yeah, it's great. So, just go from love, not lack.
Yeah, and if you're jealous of your friend, maybe something else is going on, girl.
Yeah.
Just have to say.
So something that's also important about growing up and being secure in yourself is being okay if someone leaves. Whether that's a friend, a boyfriend, anyone. Haley and I feel like, have both been on opposite sides of this, where, like, there's someone not adding to our lives in positive ways, in fact, in negative ways, and, like, what do you do with that? And then the guilt that comes with, like, doing the right thing of cutting them off.
Yeah, and I think everyone always talks about the other side of it, like, how do you know if, like, your friend's drifting away? But, like, what if you're the one that has to do the drifting?
Yeah.
And I have done drifting before, and I still feel guilty about it. And it's a hard thing to do, and it's especially hard when, like, it's someone you were so close with. But understanding and being able to recognize that that person is no longer serving you in your life is okay. And it's okay to feel away, even if that is, you're hurting someone. And then in terms, I think, drifting to a new friendship, I think things blossom when endings are new beginnings. Is that the thing?
Yeah.
So when something ends, something starts and something grows. And I think that you have to allow yourself to experience that.
Yeah. Yeah, and that takes grieving it. Like, it takes being sad and being down, and then you get back up. But you'll be fine on either side, whether you have to get rid of someone or you're the one being released. Like, it's not like your life is gonna now end because this person broke up with you or this person doesn't want to be your friend anymore. Like, it is just making space for something else. Go find that thing.
And I feel like even less in a friendship than in a relationship. Like, you don't get that closure. There's not really conversation. It does kind of just happen abruptly or slowly, but it never ends. And one thing I'd recommend is write everything that you'd want to say to them. I think it's very therapeutic. You don't have to show them, you don't have to send it, but it allows you to kind of like acknowledge a situation and feel the guilt. Because I think I almost felt guilty for being guilty.
You need to process the emotions, and it's very helpful to write it out.
Yeah.
Try it.
So now that we've talked about everyone else's friendship and friendship in general, it's time to talk about our friendship. So we're going to play a little game.
My favorite.
Yeah, it's like a couple games in one. So how it's going to work is we're going to do a couple rounds, different things, different questions, and see how much we know about each other. And yeah.
All right.
So the first round. Number 1, the petty round. You should add like voice.
Dun, dun, dun.
Our voice effects are so different.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's more likely to unsend a message if they're left on read for more than 10 minutes?
Me.
Yeah, is it to each other?
Wait, what else would it be?
Yeah, it's just to each other, or just in general, for the purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably you.
Yeah. It's funny because we always used to do these, like, which of us or...
Who's more likely?
Who's more likely to involve each other for hours going
they're
through
so fun.
They're so fun. Keep going.
Yeah. Okay, number 2. Who's more likely to be fake nice to someone they secretly hate in a group setting?
Me.
Yeah, the chameleon.
The chameleon.
Little callback. Yeah, I'm just not good at being fake. That's a problem. Number 3.
Depends on the day.
Who's more likely to get mad at you for hanging out with someone they don't like, but pretend they're fine?
Probably me.
I think it's like a 2-parter. Because the pretend they're fine part, I think, would be you.
Yeah.
But I can't really see you getting mad at me for, like, hanging out with someone you don't like.
Yeah, I guess not.
Or, like, you jokes be like, bitch!
I just don't care.
Yeah, right? Like, I don't care. It's not that deep. Okay. Who's more likely to say, I'm on my way, when they're still wrapped in a towel? Me.
Oh, yeah. These are very much like you or me. I love
Yeah, it's very different. Okay, this one I wouldn't have asked this, but it's funny because I actually was sitting in my bed giggling, thinking about asking you this. Oh. Who's most likely to ask each other, would you still love me if I was a worm?
Yeah. Definitely you.
And then I was like, no, I can't say that on the pod. That's crazy. Who's most likely to text, babe, I'm spiraling, and then be totally fine by the time you answer?
Me.
I feel like both of us.
Yeah, I guess both of us.
Like, I'll spiral and then
so
totally
right.
run away and then not answer my phone for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And you'll, like, think it through in 5 minutes.
I'll say it, you won't respond.
Yeah, and then you're fine.
by the time you do, I'm like, well, yeah, bitch, I got over that.
Yeah.
We're on to the next issue.
Yeah, come on, girl. Catch up. Who's most likely to create elaborate delusions together and call it manifestation? Both of us.
We're
literally Delulu. You should see our text.
Yeah.
That's already happened.
You should see our notes app.
Yeah.
It's so true what they say. A woman's notes app is like this whatever number wonder
Do guys
of the
not
world.
do that?
Not to the extent girls do, because I'm sure they have like thoughts in their notes, but they probably don't follow up with the notes, and they're probably not that deep.
Yeah. I was on FaceTime with my friend, and he had a note about something, whatever, and he thought it was so funny, so I start reading my notes off. And he's like, what? It's like, why do you have all of these? I have a no for everything.
I haven't, me too. No.
Any thought that comes to mind, really. I've really been trying these days because I really enjoy looking back at them, and it's good for the pod.
It is. It's nice to keep a journal.
Yeah. Most likely to make a shared playlist called something unhinged, like songs for when he's mid but we're not. Me. Hey. Yeah. My playlist names are something else.
On a dock at 3 a.m. on the Wind Sports dock.
Yeah. Living like your own High School Musical.
Main character energy.
Songs to scream in the car to.
Yeah, very, very specific titles.
Yeah.
Specific vibes. I back it.
Yeah. It's nice. Who's most likely to get offended if the other person says, that's such a you thing, without elaborating?
Me.
Yeah. And I never mean it rudely.
And I always take it personally.
Yeah. And you're so quick.
No, I'm kidding, I don't.
No, I know, but you're so quick to catch me do that with other people. Like, you'd be like, no, that's not what she meant.
Because it's not socially acceptable sometimes.
No, I know. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. It's not where I was going with that.
I know. It's just like...
Do you have one in mind?
I always just think of the one you said to me. I'll never get over it. One time I made a joke, and he was like, Joelle, you're a lot of things, but I wouldn't call you funny. No, you probably didn't say that. You definitely didn't say that, but, that's what I heard.
Well, you crack me up now.
I'm glad.
Sometimes I hear things that I did, and I'm like, what? I swear, I blinked.
But even if that's, why would you say that out loud?
No, I get it, but I get it. No, I don't get it, because, what?
No, but
what?
It's not, then I realize it's not just me. So.
That I say that too?
It's just, yeah.
Yeah, I say some things.
You just don't even...
Okay, that one's, I think, a one-off. Maybe it's not a one-off, but sometimes I think I don't even, think about me. That's rude. I admit it. That was rude.
And Lippy was like, what? Who says that?
I'm glad he said something. Was this, recent?
No. This is, years ago.
Okay, so you get over it. It's time.
No,
I think you're funny.
You asked for an example.
See, why would I say that? Get over it.
No, I'm back.
But I was thinking more, I'll say things objectively.
Yeah, you say facts. You speak facts that other people don't want to speak.
Yeah, but sometimes, I say things objectively because I think they're objective, but other people think they're offensive.
Yeah. That's a good explanation.
Yeah. Okay, so the next round is called the chaotic round. Okay. And we're going to do, what would your bestie do in this exact situation?
Okay.
Number 1. Okay, you get into a fight with someone. Does your bestie A, help you de-escalate, B, make it worse but funnier, or C, immediately start planning a revenge look?
I'm A or B. I de-escalate, you make it funnier.
Yeah.
In certain situations, you would de-escalate. In certain situations...
No, don't de-escalate so much.
Okay.
I'll calm you down.
Yeah. That's de-escalate.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Someone offers them a secret about you. Do they listen or walk away? Listen, and then I'll share it with you later.
Obviously, you gotta hear what's going around the streets.
Right? Report back. Jeez.
Or don't. I don't always
no, I agree. I agree with that 100%.
Okay, I'm glad we're on the same
page. But, you can decide what's useful information.
Yes.
You're getting ready to go out and they hate your outfit. Do they say something or let you flop?
Hey, say something.
Yeah, I think I'd say something.
I'd give a look. I'd be like...
Yeah, I could also tell, when I try on outfits and you're like, it's okay.
Yeah.
You do say that. And then you're like, no, that looks great.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you had options, I'd tell you.
And listen, if you decided on it, I'd hype you up. I'd be like, you know what? You're fine.
Yeah. Same in every situation in a friendship.
Yeah, but I want to be honest.
Yeah. Call them out. And then if they don't, support it. Period. They're getting ready for a first date and hate all their outfits. What do they do next?
Not go. Me.
Okay, so I had
I'm so kidding.
Because for For me, I was gonna say just cancel, like go crazy and cancel. But for you, I was literally thinking, like, I don't know why this was my vision. I imagine you just, like, dancing in your room, like, putting on lipstick in the mirror, vibing, living your best life. You already planned your outfit, like, at the beginning of the day, so no need to stress about it now. And you're literally just twirling.
Yeah.
That was my imagination of you.
What? You're right.
Yeah.
But if I'm, like, on my period and, like, nothing fits.
No, it's a disaster.
I might not go.
It's a disaster.
Yeah. What's the point? If you're not going to get the best me, why do you even want me? I'd rather be in bed, so.
And when you don't feel good, it's not good.
No.
They accidentally like a 2017 pic while stalking. Do they? A. Unlike and ghost. B. DM to cover it. C. Throw their phone and cry. I feel like you would unlike and ghost.
Yep.
I think I would
send a DM.
I would either unlike or send a DM. Yeah. It depends the person.
It does depend the person. But I feel like I don't care.
Yeah, it's really not that deep.
Unless it's like certain people. But even then, it's just like, okay, we all stalk.
Yeah. I think if it's someone that I could get away with it, I'll send them a DM either about that picture, be like, looks super cute here, or just like accidentally stalking you.
No, I would just ghost.
Yeah. Sure. If it's like my friend told me they're seeing this girl and I accidentally like that girl's pictures from 2017, I will unlike and pretend I don't know you. You say, I have tea. How long does it take them to FaceTime? If you told me you had tea, I'd be pretty quick, I think.
I fear we don't FaceTime.
Yeah, we don't really FaceTime at all, really.
Yeah. That would have to be some really hot goss.
Yeah.
For us to get on
I need to know. Yeah, that's true. We're not really phone friends.
But I feel like I would be like, tell me! Like, right away.
No, you would. I wouldn't answer if I said I have tea. And you would answer right away.
Yeah.
I would probably answer right away, too.
When you could. I don't know.
The minute I see it, I would.
Yeah. Okay.
Who doesn't want to know the pop in tea?
Yeah.
And with that,
we hope you guys liked this episode. Again, there's like a million things we could talk about on friendships. So let us know what you think. And we'll see you next time.
We love you guys.